All right. Welcome everyone to the 2024 New Scholar Welcome. Today, I'm coming live from Florida International University, where we have new scholars from South Florida, some of our partner colleges. Where's our MDC students? Oh, come on, where's our MDC students? Our FIU? Any other scholars from any other college here? Broward? Okay, great. So I first want to start by saying thank you to FIU for hosting this watch party and for getting us started for this party. I want for you to please introduce yourselves in the chat. So please state your name, the state that you're in, the partner college you're attending, if you're a National Opportunity Scholar, and how are you feeling today? And remember, we're also going to be live putting this on social media. I was going to say live tweeting, but that's not a thing anymore. It's aging me. But we are going to be on social media. So we're using the hashtag despite the odds we rise and hashtag still we rise. Great. So we're seeing some folks rapidly coming in through Florida Atlantic. We're seeing Oglethorpe. Wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining us. For the last 10 years, we have been doing this welcome and welcoming dreamers from across the country to the Dream.Us. And it's been over 10,000 dreams realized and over 4,000 of our scholars who've already graduated. Our alumni are thriving and we cannot wait for a single second to be able to do our second favorite thing, which is seeing the graduation pictures of all of you 4 years from now crossing that stage. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we're just going to pause there. We're going to talk today about and celebrate today this accomplishment of you receiving the Dream.Us scholarship. And over 70% of y'all are the first to go to college in your family. And despite the odds, the lack of resources, your precarious immigration status, even some anxiety and uncertainty of the future, some hesitation for some of you, you all have risen to the occasion. And today's New Scholar Welcome is titled, Still We Rise. And I want to emphasize that we purposefully said we rise because we want you to know that we are in this journey together. Together with the partner colleges and the scholar advisors, together with your fellow scholars, together with your friends and families and the professors and all the incredible people you will meet along the way. And so to get us started, we want to show you our 10-year anniversary video.
Back when I was in high school, there were no financial or scholarship options for students like me. That was until I found the Dream.Us. Today, I'm more than a student. I'm a dreamer with a purpose.
I've always wanted to work with animals. This lifelong dream is coming to reality because of the Dream.Us.
It's been more than 10,000 students have benefited from this incredible, amazing program. 23% of them are studying medicine or health careers. About 25% studying math, science, and technology. Exactly the fields that we need today to really make sure America stays #1 in the world.
We are lifting a whole entire community into perpetual benefits for them, where they live, and their future generations to come.
Congratulations to the Dream.Us on their 10-year anniversary. You're helping more than just a couple students, you're helping a community to grow and prosper in this country.
Well, wasn't that wonderful? Are you pumped and excited yet? Are you inspired? Well, I know somebody that is going to inspire you. And before I introduce our first speaker, I want to remind you that if you have not already done so, please make sure that you send your thank you letters to the donors. So how many of you have already done that? Raise your hand. Okay, wonderful. All right, the room over here, many hands up, great. I want you to know that every single one of your thank you letter is read, and that some of them actually make it to donors. Yes, some of the letters are read by donors, like you'll get to hear today from Don Graham. Sometimes he actually sends a thank you to your thank you because he gets so moved by your words. Some of the donors get to see, like the Bezos, the Gates Foundation. These letters are important because they help us show how phenomenal you are and helps us fundraise. So make sure that you submit your thank you letter. Now, you'll see the information of the address in the chat, but we also want you to know that that information is on the website, on your website. Make sure that you are visiting the website as much as you visit the kitchen, right? Or as much as you're going to be going to classes. So make sure that you're reading your scholarship program guide. The address is going to be there too. And make sure you have that handy because that's going to be really critical for the next 4 years of your education. And so now I have the great honor to introduce to you this year's alumni speaker. Ashley Mabenzwazwa, a Zimbabwean native raised in Indiana, was raised in a single-parent household. She's a former Opportunity Scholar at Eastern Connecticut State University, and she graduated with the class of 2020. Not just any class, the class of 2020. We'll always remember that year because of the pandemic. But she holds a bachelor's degree and where she double majored in sociology and criminology. And today, she is a fitness enthusiast, inspiring people to prioritize living a healthier lifestyle. I need to give her a call. She's a coach, she's a part-time box instructor, and a full-time small business owner. Please help us welcome Ashley.
In a world with many great opportunities, the best opportunity you can take is the one you created with the help of your community. I'm Ashley Mapinzauswa, a member of the 2016 Opportunity Scholar class, a 2020 Eastern Connecticut State University alum, a fitness professional, and a small business owner. I want to welcome you to the start of your self-discovery journey, both in and out of college. Like you, I was elated, nervous, curious, and most importantly, determined. An opportunity had come my way to receive higher education despite the laws and policies that existed in my state and throughout this country. I had to pack my things and move from Indiana to Connecticut, where I didn't know anyone and I hadn't seen the campus prior to arriving, except for what I saw online. Thankfully, I was not alone in this experience. There were other scholars coming from other states going to the same school I was. So the group chats, which ran very late, by the way, and getting to know each other began. I want to share with you today my tips in this new journey. I encourage you to talk to other scholars and stand in solidarity in challenging times. I also advise you to attend the meetings TheDream.Us puts together to provide resources and information. As someone who attended these meetings often, I found them helpful as it gave me a sense of belonging on a campus where I was still adjusting to the environment. During my college experience, I had 3 main goals. 1, step outside my comfort zone. I wanted to put myself in environments that would challenge me to be more outspoken. 2, I wanted to get involved on campus as much as possible. I joined clubs, volunteered in the community, and attended shows put on by other students. And 3, I wanted to finish college on time. I didn't want to drop out or be set back. My professors and college advisors helped me accomplish this goal. TheDream.Us partner colleges have supportive faculty members. Seek them out with whatever assistance you may need during your college career. Don't be afraid to ask for help, make connections, and that will be mutually beneficial because you never know where these connections may take you. And now, let's fast forward to life after college. It's unpleasant to think that you worked so hard to get a degree only to not be able to use it. I didn't think this would happen to me, but it did. I found myself running into the same problem of not having enough experience and being undervalued and dismissed in most cases. Personally, if a place of employment doesn't align with my values, what I stand for, or provide great benefits, my time there will not last. I desired a career that was fulfilling, flexible, allowed me to use my skills, has good benefits, and paid well. I figured out I was most fulfilled working in a gym. I started at a desk in sales and worked my way up managing my own team. Although I was happy with my work, I disagreed with how business was ran, how employees were treated, and the lack of respect for customers and clients. I took the opportunity to learn as much as possible before I left so I could run my own business. Of course, there are many obstacles in anyone's life journey that sometimes you can't plan for. So last year, I was taking my sweet time completing my personal training certification. At the time, I was working 2 jobs and there was no sense of urgency until February 17th, 2023. I was in a terrible car accident that left my car totaled, and as a result, I was laid off of my job as a gymnastics coach, and I wasn't able to work for DoorDash anymore. I was stuck at home, completing my personal training certification, making an LLC, writing a business plan, but I was also able to utilize my skills and knowledge from my college experience and apply them to other areas of my life, turning my passion for fitness and exercise into my new career path. My journey resonates with today's theme, Still We Rise. It's important to not let the fear of the unknown hold you back from being successful. The laws and policies of this country don't determine your value as an individual or as an immigrant. There can be multiple paths to one destination. TheDream.Us is an organization that is forging a path for laws and policies to be changed and supporting our individual journeys along the way to that ultimate goal. We have the opportunity to collectively demand change through our actions and voices and rise together. Get your degree and remain open-minded to other possibilities because sometimes circumstances can change, often for the greater. Congratulations on being the Dream.Us Scholar recipient, and welcome to a new chapter in your life. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Don Graham, co-founder of the Dream.Us, former publisher of the Washington Post, and chairman emeritus of the Graham's Holding Company. Over 10 years ago, Mr. Graham learned about our experiences as undocumented students with no access to financial aid for college, and he was compelled to act. In 2014, Mr. Graham co-founded the Dream.Us with his wife, journalist Amanda Bennett, Henry Munoz, and Carlos Gutierrez. Today, thanks to Mr. Graham, the Dream.Us has awarded over 10,000 scholarships to scholars like us who are looking to seize the opportunity to succeed. Please welcome to the virtual stage, Mr. Don Graham.
Thank you so much, Ashley. What a great speech you made, and what a wonderful introduction. Thank you. What a great story. I want to speak to the scholars in the audience for the first time, most of you, and welcome to you all. I helped start the Dream.Us 11 years ago, and people often ask me why. And the very simple answer is, we believed in you. The we here includes Gabby, who was our program director from the first day, and actually 2 of our staff were students from the first day. So there's a lot of us here who go back to day 1 at TheDream.Us. Now, I don't mean that we believed in you individually back in 2014, because most of you were in 2nd grade at the time. But we thought Dreamer students were being treated very unfairly, that when they came to graduate from high school, there were too few college opportunities, too many restrictions, too many things you were ineligible for. We knew we couldn't help everyone, but we wanted to give a chance for college to as many dreamers as we could. For 11 years, we have been excited to welcome first-year students, and today that's you, and I'm so glad. We always start with the same message, which is, we believe in you, every one of you. Now, I want to tell you a few things about us, about TheDream.Us, which I hope will be helpful to you during your years in college. First, and very importantly, your scholarship is here. It will not go away no matter what some judge decides, no matter who wins some election. We have the money in our hands to send every one of you through college to your graduation day. While you are in college, there's a few ways we know we can help you. First of all, many of you will not find Facebook the most exciting social network in the world, but please join it for one important reason. There is on Facebook a closed Facebook group of dreamers, closed. I do not go on this network. It is only for the Dream.Us scholars and 1 or 2 members of our staff. We founded this 14 years ago from day 1 to make it a place that you could safely ask questions and get answers from other dreamers. When you don't know the answer to something, there's usually another dreamer who can help you. Second, the college you will be attending has a very important person whom we call our scholar advisor. There is such a person at every college. It's very easy to find them in smaller colleges. It can be a little frustrating at some of our larger college partners. But as soon as you get to college, go meet that person. Why? Many of these men and women have been in these roles for years, and they have become passionate advocates for the dreamers. They can help you unsnarl problems with your college. When circumstances arise that you can't predict, you need to postpone an exam because something's going on in your family. This is the person you must talk to. Third, one big change in the last 5 years is that when we started, almost everybody in our program had DACA or TPS status. Almost none of you do, and we know that. We take a lot of interest in making sure that when you graduate, we have told you everything we know about ways you can make money without DACA and TPS. Now, this means we will be writing you often. Some of you will probably feel we're writing you too often. But even this year, even in your freshman year, we're going to be talking to you about how you can work legally in this country, how you can earn good money, even if you do not have a work permit. We hope that by the time you graduate, Congress will give you greater opportunities to work here. They should. But you have opportunities now, as Ashley just demonstrated by talking about the company she founded. We will be offering advice to you about how to prepare for your career, no matter what it is you're studying. And we'll be working to help some of you with summer internship opportunities. Watch out for emails and for texts on those subjects. Please open the emails, though we know how busy you are. Make it a priority to learn about your own future opportunities. You will hear from great speakers today. You'll hear from a wonderful president of a great university, and you'll hear from one of the best known undocumented people in the United States, my old friend, Jose Antonio Vargas. We all share the same message. Welcome. We believe in you. We really do. And now, my wonderful colleague, Hain Lee.
Thank you, Dawn. Let's give it up. Another round of applause for both Ashley and Dawn. Thank you for your welcoming words, words of motivation, and I hope you're both taking in the explosive audience response that's been coming through as you both have been speaking. So hi, everyone. My name is Hain Lee. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at TheDream.Us. I'm located in Queens, New York, so I do have to give a quick shout out to all of our CUNY and SUNY scholars. Where you at? And once a year, I'll be reaching out to you directly to get your feedback on our annual scholar survey. So we've heard words of inspiration, and we're going to switch it up here a little bit and shift gears. And we're going to tell you more about the Dream.Us program, your scholarship, and your college journey. So let's start with the Dream.Us team. We are a small but mighty team of 11. If all of our staff can give a quick wave here. And we have two TheDream.Us alumni on our team. We are all across the country in 8 different states here in the United States. And we have one staff member in Toronto, Canada. And each of us play a unique role in supporting you and a total of 4,500 TheDream.Us scholars that will be enrolled in our partner colleges across the country this year. We are so excited. So now I'm going to pass it to Chris Aviles, Senior Program Manager of Partner College and Scholar Supports, who you've met at Scholar Office Hours and leads programming just for you. Take it away, Chris.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Chris Aviles, and I'm going to remind you of key resources you should keep in mind to get the most out of your scholarship and partner college experience. This information has already been emailed to you throughout the summer and will continue to be shared by us and your scholar advisors. First, the Scholar Hub on the Dream.Us website is your one-stop shop for all your scholarship-related information and resources. If you have questions about your scholarship, want to know how our academic and career opportunities we provide, you can go to the Scholar Hub on our website. Just type in the Dream.Us on your web browser and click for current scholars. Second, remember your award and stipend, if you're eligible to receive one, is requested by and sent directly to your partner college every semester. So it is important that your scholar advisor and your partner college knows that you are a Dream.Us scholar. Even though funds are sent directly to your college, you can always track and manage your own award on your ISTS Scholar portal. This is your personalized portal where you can see things like your maximum scholarship amount, when the last scholarship payment was sent to your college, and most importantly, this is where you will renew your scholarship every June. It is also where you'll keep your contact information up to date so that you're getting the latest news, updated deadlines, and reminders from us. As our speakers have shared, we are more than a scholarship. We are here for your success. So make sure you are connected with over 7,000 of your peers in our private Facebook community and staying in the loop with additional supports we provide, like immigration sessions and internships for those extra dollars in your pocket. So here's what we ask of you. This is a two-way street. We need you to stay connected with us. Make sure you're reading our emails and our texts. Be sure to put any TheDream.Us emails and texts on your safe senders list. Secondly, while you're in school, you need to give us your honest feedback on our annual scholar surveys every May. Then every January on your alumni surveys after you graduate. Why is this important? Because your voices and the powerful data from this community drives change in our program and in the country. What you tell us in these surveys help our advocacy efforts to urge states and Congress to act. Now, we of course can't do this work without our amazing partner college teams on each and every campus. So shout out to all of our partner college staff out there. Remember, your scholar advisor is your go-to person and your biggest champion throughout your college journey. Ultimately, what will be most rewarding in your college experience is making sure you engage on campus. As Ashley shared, be curious and lean into activities, opportunities, and people at your school. If you're on campus now, look to your left and your right. If you're on the Zoom, look in the chat. This community will be your network and mentors for years to come. You and they are the future business owners, nurses, teachers, engineers. This is where your journey as a Dream.Us scholar begins. Now, to elevate just how much you belong in college and how much your partner college stands with this community, it is my honor to introduce our presidential speaker, Dr. Marcelo Suarez Orozco, Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Dr. Suarez Orozco is an immigrant from Argentina and considers himself a product of the California Master Plan. Having studied in community college and the University of California, Berkeley, where he went on to receive his master's degree and PhD. Chancellor Suarez Orozco is this year's presidential speaker, as he is the first Latino to lead a campus in Massachusetts public university system, a state where advocates rose together last summer to pass a law expanding access to in-state tuition and state financial aid for undocumented students. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor to the virtual stage.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris, so much for that wonderful, wonderful, warm introduction. Dream USA scholars, congratulations. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful moment. I have to say, I am so moved by all you've achieved. You have attended our schools. You have attended our churches. You've played Little League. The research, including our own research, shows that you have done extraordinary work to get you to today. You've displayed academic resilience, high levels of social and civic engagement. You have, despite a powerful undertow, constant financial concerns, housing insecurity, high levels of discrimination, a near permanent fear for the changing moods and swings in terms of the legal protections that flow to every human being. You have rallied forth. You are American in all ways, but on paper. You are the future of our country. I'm an anthropologist by training. I founded the Harvard Immigration Projects with which my wife, also an immigrant, and wife of 48 years, talk about a saint, 48 years, has shown. You are the demographic future of our country. We are a rapidly aging population, below replacement fertility rates. The only sector of the population now growing are kids, students, young folk like yourselves in immigrant origin households. In our country, immigration is our history. It's our destiny. It's the story of how we came to be the country we are today, and it's the future at a time when the only sector of the population growing are kids in immigrant origin families of color. This is true in Boston. This is true in New York. This is true in Los Angeles. This is true around the country and around the world. 40%, 40, of this is an op-ed I wrote for Don's amazing paper, the Washington Post, many years ago. 40% of the children in Berlin public schools today come from non-German, immigrant, and refugee origin homes. We are the face of the future of the country. This is true in our country. This is true throughout every high and middle income country in the world. You are key to the future of our country. I send you greetings from Boston Harbor, the city that invented the idea that education for the common good is fundamental for the practice of democratic citizenship. So, thank you for your brilliance. Thank you for your grit. Thank you for your effervescence. Thank you for your ganas. It is exactly what we need today. Your ethic of care, your engagement. Our own research shows most of you will end up in the helping professions, in STEM, in the domains that are fundamental to the cognitive economy in the cognitive era. Don't listen to the demagogues who speak to the reptilian brain. Listen to what we need now and moving forward. At UMass Boston, I'm so proud that we have approximately 20 Dream Scholars funded by the brilliant vision and generosity of Dawn and the entire philanthropic community that is just giving oxygen to so many beautiful dreams. Today, our students are gathered here to be a part of this emerging community. So, congratulations. Congratulations, and stay with it. Trust me, I came to our country at age 17 with nothing. $50. Both my parents were teachers. That's what they could give me. I went to night school. I went to community college in the great state of California, and I transferred as an immigrant kid to the other great public research university in our country, the University of California at Berkeley. And it was a family. We didn't have Dawn then. We didn't have TheDream.Us then. But there were a lot of beautiful people with big hearts that's created the community we all need to get ahead. And every cent invested in the education of our undocumented scholars, the return we get is extraordinary. So greetings from the city of Boston, greetings from our beautiful harbor campus. Come visit us. Mi casa es su casa, as we say. And our dreamers here, our Dream.Us scholars, will guide you, will welcome you. And we'll get you some wicked good clam chowder if you come visit us. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Wow, wow, wow. Let's give it up again for the Chancellor. That was amazing. I hope you're seeing the explosive reactions, Chancellor, in the chat. Thank you for inspiring change, inspiring this, as you said, extraordinary group of scholars. We appreciate you so much for being here with us today. So take that energy in, because we are now going to turn and shine the light right back on you. So I don't know if you're aware, but there are 1,400 of you new scholars. You're coming from 67 countries around the world. Y'all live in 26 states and Washington, D.C., and you're forging ahead, writing your family history here today. So we're going to take a minute to celebrate how beautifully diverse and resilient you are now. And over 400 of you sent in your photos, your motivational quotes, and we're about to showcase just a few of those stories here today and how you are rising to achieve your dreams. Let's go. All right, so do you all feel that energy? Give it up for yourselves. Give yourselves a clap. I hope you're feeling inspired, probably a little emotional. You're honoring your life story right here and your family who've been there with you, rooting for you in this moment. We are so excited to be here with you. So I feel the energy is rising, even though it's virtual and I'm here by myself, but I feel the energy is rising across the country. There's almost 900 of you on this call, and we're going to take this buzzy energy to introduce our keynote speaker this year, who has walked in your very shoes and has gone on to forge a visionary path, not just for himself, but for dreamers and immigrants. Jose Antonio Vargas is a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, Emmy-nominated filmmaker, and Tony-nominated producer. A leading voice for the human rights of immigrants, he founded the nonprofit narrative change organization Define American, named one of the world's most innovative companies by Fast Company. He is the author of the best-selling memoir, Dear America, Notes of an Undocumented Citizen, and the forthcoming book, White is Not a Country. He's also a co-founder of 1587, the first sneaker brand founded by Asian Americans, hey, and an elementary school named after Vargas opened in his hometown of Mountain View, California in August 2019. So please join me now in welcoming to the virtual stage this year's keynote speaker, Jose Antonio Vargas.
Thank you. This has been an incredible virtual event. I feel really honored and privileged to participate, especially because this year marks a landmark, we all know, for TheDream.Us. 10 years of scholarships, 10,000 scholars to date. And all of us know that TheDream.Us is more, it's more than a scholarship. This is a lifeline, an educational lighthouse during these very, very dark times for immigrants in this country. Thank you to Hayne and to the whole mighty team at TheDream.Us, led by one of my very favorite people, Maria Gabriela Pacheco. I like saying her whole name. Thank you for inviting me. You know, in preparing this my remarks, I was reminded that 20 years ago this summer, I graduated from San Francisco State University with a bachelor's degree in political science and a minor in Black studies. Around 20 years ago this time, I began a 2-year reporting internship at the Washington Post, an internship that led to a full-time job where I got to meet this legendary man named Don Graham. And Don was then CEO of the Washington Post company. And he was the kind of CEO who paid attention to everybody, including a 23-year-old Filipino immigrant kid from California who was so nervous living in Washington, D.C. It was really one thing to be undocumented while starting my journalism career in California, where I grew up. It was a whole other thing to be working as a journalist who happens to be undocumented in Washington, D.C. in 2004. You know, Don did not know I was undocumented. Nobody knew. I was holding on to this very big secret. I was hiding in plain sight, locked in this immigration closet that felt like some kind of purgatory. And I had to tell somebody. I needed some kind of witness. And that person actually ended up being this reporter named Peter Pearl, who was assigned as my professional mentor. And really one of my life's blessings was being mentored by Peter. Peter held my secret. Peter encouraged me to keep going. Whenever I freaked out about anything, I walked into his office. There was not a single big decision I made in the 5 years I worked at the Post when I did not consult Peter. You know, I remember asking him, is it okay for me to be a political reporter driving around Iowa and New Hampshire with a driver's license that I wasn't supposed to get because I'm undocumented? When I ended up winning a part of this Pulitzer, I remember telling Peter, isn't the Pulitzer committee going to know that my social security number is not valid for employment? You know, and Peter always listened. He always told me to stop worrying. He always told me to keep going. So I did, and I rose. And I'm really proud to say that I'm still rising. Now, I'm sharing this story with you about Peter because there are Peters all across the country, across multiple industries. You probably have a Peter, maybe a couple of Peters in your life. You know, these are the mentors who will make sure you say yes to yourself when it feels as if everything and everyone is saying no. Mentors who will make sure you look for windows to crack windows when doors are shut right in front of your face. Mentors who will keep and who will help you keep rising. Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what's in store for us, if immigration reform will pass anytime soon, but I do know a few things. What I do know is a college education is its own kind of passport. What I do know is you must surround yourself with people, with your community, and in this instance, your college, who will make you feel free. What I do know is our specific struggle as undocumented people are a part of the universal struggle of this country as it seeks to live up to its highest ideals as the land of freedom and opportunity. What I do know is you must say yes to yourself. And with the help of your mentors and with the help of Gabby and Hayne and the awesome folks at TheDream.Us, you can and you will. As you all may know, I told the whole world that I'm undocumented, that I'm an undocumented immigrant, and started a media advocacy organization called Define American in 2011. 13 years ago this month. There are 47 million immigrants in this country, 11 million of whom are undocumented, Latino, Asian, Black, white immigrants. And our goal at Define American is to be the go-to resource for immigrant storytelling. We help storytellers of all kinds, from journalists, TV writers, film directors, playwrights, to YouTube influencers, tell immigrant stories that are factual, accurate, fair, and humane. While helping lead and sustain Define American, I decided that as much as possible, I will not allow my undocumented immigrant status, my lack of having DACA, to stop me from rising. That I will be as creatively borderless as I possibly can, writing books, directing documentaries, producing Broadway shows, even co-founding the first Asian American sneaker brand. A couple of years ago, I was appointed as a trustee of the California State University System, the country's largest four-year public university system, the very college system that I graduated from 20 years ago. Most of the students in our 23 college campuses are first-generation students from immigrant families. And as far as we know, the CSU is home to about 10,000 undocumented students. So, in honor of the new scholars of TheDream.Us, in honor of all of you, and the undocumented students at the CSU, and undocumented students who are entering college across the country this year, in honor of all of us who continue to strive amid the challenges and struggles, Gabby and Hayne asked me to recite one of my favorite poems written by Dr. Maya Angelou. Dr. Angelou titled the poem, "Still I Rise." You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod in the very dirt. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my hotness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? Because I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as some sort of a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. From the past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling. I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, we, all of us, rise. Thank you for having me, and have a wonderful, productive school year.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for inspiring me every day to live my most truest life, my most truest self. You are the epitome of, despite the odds, you rise. I love you, and I feel so grateful for all that you do and all that you are, and for helping our community find the joy and show us that the chains that hold us are imaginary, that the barriers that are in front of us cannot stop us. And now I want to bring up one of our senior alum here at FIU, Daniela Ordóñez. Can you please come to do the official moment where every single one of you are going to become Dream.Us scholars. Daniela is a senior and the president of the Here to Dream student organization at FIU. And Daniela will lead us into the pledge.
Hi, everyone. It's very nice to meet you all. It's lovely to see all of your faces. Thank you, Gabby, for that introduction. My name is Daniela Ordóñez. I am a senior here at FIU, a Dream.Us scholar, and the president of the Here to Dream student organization. If all new scholars could stand where you are, put your right hand in the air and repeat after me. I believe in my future and myself.
I believe in my future and myself.
I commit to enroll and persevere in college. I commit to support other undocumented students who want to go to college. I commit to graduate. Find a meaningful career. And contribute to the future of this country. Welcome to all new scholars. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Daniela. And so now we're going to wrap up the 2024 New Scholar Welcome. I want you to remember, as Ashley said, that the Dream.Us and Dawn said that no matter what, we are here for you. I want you to know that no matter what happens with the election or whatever policy or whatever it is that is happening in the outside world, and even sometimes in your institutions of higher learning, we are committed to seeing you through college and launching your career. And give me 1 second, because the view here is still on the pledge. I want to quickly share with you my personal story. I also was a former dreamer. I also was formerly undocumented and came to the United States way before some of you were born. In 1993. And in 2003, when I was called down by my college camp counselor to talk about going to college, she said, Gabby, you have to take this idea of going to college out of your mind because you don't have papers. If you fill anything out, you and your family will get in trouble. So take that out of your mind and just go to work. And I remember sitting there feeling not just frustrated, but enraged by what she was telling me. The adult that I trusted to help guide me complete this dream that I had to go to college was telling me no. And that one no in my mind was 1,000 yeses. And so I fought. And this time around in August, I was still knocking on doors at colleges and universities, I wanted to show them that I had everything that it took to be a good student. I had gotten the good grades. I was in the ROTC and played the viola and have been recognized as a Silver Knight nominee, which is a very prestigious thing here in Miami. But all of that wasn't enough. And in September, when finally somebody said, I'm going to help you, I got my first schedule at Miami-Dade College. And I grabbed that piece of paper and I put my hand to that paper and I made a promise that I was going to fight not just for myself to ensure that that door was kicked down, but that my sisters and my friends and every single one of you had the opportunity to go to college. And so I want to tell you that this journey is going to be hard. This journey is going to be difficult. I had to work odd jobs. There was no Dream.Us, but I had the determination to make it through college. And what I did is I joined student government. I got involved. I found a platform to share how the injustices that we were seeing were once again segregating us, once again not allowing for somebody like me, somebody like all of you, to be able to access something that we know is a human right, which is an education. And so fast forward to being able to get scholarships that I didn't know because I got involved. I was receiving grants from the deans because they saw my work and they saw how much I wanted to be. And so I want to make sure that you see and understand from us how important it is for you to be engaged, for you to be reading our emails, for you to be joining our webinars and the Zoom sessions and everything we're putting out there for you, because that is going to be helpful to you and that's going to help you in your future and for you to launch your career. The last thing I want to share with you all is that it wasn't easy to get to where we're at today. In 2003, there was only 4 states that had passed in-state tuition. Today, there's 25. And one of the biggest joys and prides in my life is that through the work of myself and other dreamers and our allies and our friends, we were able to, in 2014, pass the in-state tuition legislation in Florida that has allowed for thousands of people to be able to go to school and afford an education. But last year, the governor of Florida wanted to take that away. And I said, absolutely not. And with scholars and with the support of the Dream.Us and people like Don Graham, we, for 9 weeks, went up to Tallahassee and told our stories. And every single one of those students talked to Republicans and said, why? We want to just go to school. We belong here. This is our country. We love this nation. We've been here. The average age of our scholars came when they were 4 years old. And guess what? We saved in-state tuition. And it was our scholars, it was our students, it was your stories that made that difference. So yes, you can go through your 4 years of college, just going in and out of a classroom, getting good grades, studying really hard. But if you are not making connections, if you are not driving and being part of the change that you want to see, not in the world, but in your life, in your family, and in your community, right? It doesn't have to be this big burden. It can just be for you. You have to be engaged and you have to be involved. And I want you to hear this very loud and clear. Dawn said it to you, Haynes said it to you, Chris said it to you. We mean it. We believe in you. We are here for you, and we have partnered with the best colleges and universities in the country. You heard from Dr. Orozco. Marcelo lives this. I've had the privilege to actually work years and years ago with his wife. Incredible human beings. These are the type of people that are on your side, that are on your corner. Make sure that you're please reading your emails and your text messages, that if something changes, you let us know, that you fill out the surveys, that you are engaged. As Chris said, this is going to be a two-way street. But the last thing I want to say is that you are not alone. We are an email, a phone call, a message away. Right here at FIU, we have the FIU Scholar Advisor. She will hunt you down to make sure to talk to you. Okay. You are not alone. We are here for you. And when you feel down, when there's a lot of things in the world that you're seeing are scary and things that are being said about immigrants and the elections and all this stuff are happening, I want you to know that we believe in you. And more than we believe in you, we love you and we value you. So together we will rise. Together we will go through any barrier. And together we will see you succeed and be the best person you want to be after you graduate and you start your career. Thank you so much. And I hope that this drives you and motivates you from now until forever. Take care.